The main reason why I'm here is because you had an incident with the same guy I had an incident with, right?
Yeah.
Is it Cal Ferry? Some people are saying Richard.
Yeah. No, Richard's his little Joey, and Simon Lyons is his other little partner, ex-partner Joey.
Right.
But Cal Ferry's the culprit. He's the main con man. This is an engine here. This is out of a black Quattro that he had down there. Basically what he's done, he's built up a bit of trust with me, you know, did a little job on a car, and yeah, that was fine, did something else, that was fine, and then I sent him this black Sport Quattro, which was a customer's car. He took the engine out, sold the engine, which I knew about, but I was supposed to have had the money to put to buy the performance parts for the second engine, the 20 valve engine. I gave him my Lancia Delta S4. I gave him £5 on top of that. He's damaged the car. I told him strictly to put it inside the workshop because it's worth 50 grand.
Yeah.
I go down there, it's in the pissing rain, no windows in it, keys left in it, in a pig shed, and you can see it visually from the yard behind the 5-bar gate.
Why has he left the car, sorry?
He's basically been paid, and now he's not interested in doing the work. He takes money off for loads of people and just leaves the cars dumped on a farm. You know?
You're talking an Audi Quattro.
Audi Quattro, short wheelbase,
Yeah.
and a Lancia Delta S4. So the car's supposed to be inside. There's my car, look. 50 grand's worth, dumped outside with these scrap cars. Gate could be lifted off the hinges. Not even a lock on the gate there. There we go. Not even a lock on the gate. Look at this. Soaking wet. I didn't pay for this service. Not good customer service at all. Puddles in there, look. Puddles. Not even got a sheet over it. Belts all soaking wet. Damage there. A chunk of it missing there. Not good at all. I'm taking this car today. Take further action. This is the third engine for that for the Audi Quattro now, and that's cost me £3.5 grand. The other engines cost me £3 grand.
He stole 2 Quattro engines, you say?
He stole 2 Quattro engines, yeah, and this is the third engine now.
It's sad to hear, really, because my situation is he's just not carried out the work.
Yeah.
Because I've actually retrieved some.
And I think this is where he's trying to be smart. You see, he'll take the job on, and because you've took it, right, he's going to say, "Oh, you've took the car, so I can't do it." Yeah. You know, I've had to take my cars because he's left them outside, but I knew full well he weren't going to do it. Yeah. They've just been dumped outside. Do you know what I mean? Deliberately, no enthusiasm to do, no care about other people's stuff. Do you know? He don't give a shit, mate. You know.
On top of that, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
He don't know what he's doing. I think he does, but he just can't be asked.
Right.
I think he does, but he can't be asked. You know, who's going to give him a kicking? I can't say I'm going to give him a kicking, but I know it's going to happen. Yeah. You know, it's going to happen. You can't go round doing that.
If you're wondering why Jay's so angry, he tells me off camera he's lost around £35,000 because of Cal and has had no luck getting any of it back. I've since spoken with around 15 people who have dealt with Cal, all explaining a similar story. Anyway, the next victim didn't want to be on camera, but was happy to speak over the phone.
What are you saying, Paddy? You all good, mate?
Right, mate.
Yeah, good. So you had an S15 with a dual clutch transmission, which, what do you say, you spent a bit of change?
I've still never, ever done one clean run in that drift car. One run where I thought, you know what, that was good. It's just never worked right. It's never worked right. Never, ever. Never worked one bit, like. It's just problem after problem after problem. The last time I was out in the car, I thought the turbos went on it because loads of smoke come through the exhaust. It looked like the turbo seals had gone.
Right.
But the whole time it had melted a piston. It melted a piston through being maths bad because I paid for 1000cc injectors but were never put into the car. Never, ever. And he tried to map it as much as he could on standard ones and melted the engine.
He mentioned the fact that he can do this type of work, right?
Oh yeah, he showed me the dream. He showed me a drag racing car, what he was doing, some old Ford thing, American thing, a big massive Ford thing. It was an old one. I had a JZ engine and a DCT the same as mine.
Right.
I had that the same as mine. He showed me the videos of that you see going and this and that. That's how he sold me the dream. He said, we can turn this into a drift car for you with a clutch button and all that.
You've obviously probably seen all the groups, you've seen all the info. This guy is a serial con man, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. That Cal's just a prick, mate. There's no other way about it. And he's had Ian off and he's had everyone else off. And the best thing to happen is you can't have nobody else off. It's pissed me off, Rick. Yeah, it's pissed me off and stuff. But I'm thick-skinned, mate. And I learned when I ended up in a wheelchair. You don't get second chances too often. So I try not to like dwell on things anymore, if that makes sense. I just like sort of, it is what it is. Sort of lifestyle since I ended up in a wheelchair myself. But Man, that's my dream. My dream is to go to the BDC and get on that podium. That's what my dream was. And he killed it for me. He killed that dream for me, mate.
All right, Paddy, man. Let me shout you back, yeah? See you, mate.
Sweet man, sound mate. Bye, mate. Bye, mate.
How you doing, Ian? You right, mate?
All right, thank you.
You've also had problems with Cal?
Well, my friend Paddy was having a drift car done. I was having an S15 built at the time, took the car to Cal, and we had all this pipe dream of fitting a DCT gearbox, and he'd map it with his Maxus ECU, dropped the car off, and then the phone call stopped. I had a phone call, he said, can we do Paddy's drift car first, because he wants to do BDC. That was the last, really, what he touched my car.
And then after that, what, no communication?
No, I rung him up a few times and he changed his number.
So what ended up happening then?
Well, I had a letter from the farmer saying, come get your car, because the car had been abandoned and Cal had left the unit.
You just left your car. Did you hand over any money? You haven't got to say, like, but just I'm just asking.
There was money handed over, yes.
Right, so you handed over money to start the work.
Yeah.
And you're saying you just basically never did the work and just left your car abandoned.
This is really out my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But
no, I appreciate
you. Feel like I've got to do the video so he doesn't do it to anybody else.
Yeah.
I've got no words really. I just don't know how he sleeps at night.
No belt on the car still.
So I'm hoping you're starting to see now that Cal's not just slack at his job. He actually takes money from people like myself without intentions to complete the work. He stops answering the phone, he steals customers' parts, and in the end just dumps your car and moves location. I've heard this same story countless times now, so it can't just be a coincidence. Anyway, on to the last victim, Ben. He sent his Peugeot 205 Rally to have upgraded ECU, fuel pump, injectors, meth injection, and well, you can probably guess what happened next.
And then I started getting like arse messages off him, almost to the point of like, look, leave me alone, I'm mega busy, I've took your car on, I'm giving you a good price. The phone went quiet, I wasn't getting no communication from him. A guy who runs Midlands car servicing, he'd been having run-ins with him and whatever else, and he was corresponding with him, but not with me. This is where I had to get like a bit Facebook detective type thing. So that Kurt, his name was, who works with him. Yeah. I managed to get his details, got in touch with him. The guy who was renting the unit off, he wasn't paying his rent there. So he's basically just overnighted it, dusted, gone. But
left your car on?
No, he took my car with him to his new premises. I don't know where his premises are. I don't know where he is. I don't know where my car is, my property. I'm now on his case saying I'm going to get police involved. I'm going to come down, but I didn't know where I was coming to. So then someone else who he was dealing with, who had just dropped in my car, gave me his address. So I screenshotted his address, dropped him a pin on Google Maps and sent it him. And said, I'll be there in the morning. And then next thing you know, he's ringing me up, your car's on its way back tomorrow. My car's landed, I'm at work, so I've rushed home from work, so my car's turned on. I've lifted up the bonnet, mate. Nice. So much stuff was missing. All my wiring loom had been chopped out, my ECU was missing. Parts of my dashboard was missing, which are hard to replace on these cars, you know what I mean? There was dents on my roof where we'd been storing stuff. There was dog hair all through my car.
Hair, all
it was almost like he was using my car as a kennel. I feel like the guys took the piss out of so many people and had no repercussions. It's become the norm for him. The fuel pump that he's meant to have changed was, I've been told by the person who's got my car now, it was just some Chinese rubbish one. Man sold me the dream, sold me an expensive fuel pump. I can't remember the exact figures for it, but it was probably a £30 part that he's given me, you know what I mean? I'd love to know the true figures on how many people he's actually ripped off.
It's a lot, man.
The more you dig into it, the more it's becoming more apparent how bad it is. I'm on a Facebook chat group. There's loads of people in that messenger group, and it's called Cal is a Bellend. I paid someone to wreck my car. Do you know what I mean? I feel sorry for you when you put that video up, and I seen you Civic, and you like the big plan, and I knew what would happen. And you know what I says to my girlfriend? I says, he's pulled the pin out of a grenade. He's just waiting for this to explode now in his face.
Hello? I'm not a dickhead that goes around filming bullshit for no reason. You know him personally?
No.
Bro, let me tell you, the making stories, mate. Unbelievable. Like, why would he do that to someone that does social media? I don't get it. This is what I'm trying to say by the project not being finished. Mate, she's a write-off.
Yeah.